Building with Gemini 2.5 image model, also known as Nano Banana, is an opportunity that's staring you right in your face. In this video, I want to show an example that I did to build with Nano 2.5 to where I actually created a production ready web app that's simple, straightforward, and that I'm going to be actually testing out with people. I've been trying out different ideas with Nano Banana, and there was a moment yesterday where a friend and business partner of mine actually hit me up and asked me if I knew of any AI headshot generators. And immediately that question came in. The idea popped into my head of, well, maybe rather than giving an existing solution on the market, I see how quickly I can actually build one out and deploy it and send to him to actually use. And within 20 minutes, I was able to build and deploy a web app for this headshot generator. And in this video, I want to show what that process looks like and how you could replicate something similar using this image model. So the way it starts is with a Gemini Studio, the Google AI Studio. Within the studio, you have different options here, right? You can use the chat. You can use the streaming option here where you can actually share your screen with the AI and it can look at what's on your screen with you and you can communicate with it back and forth by voice. You can choose the voice that you use. You can also generate media where you can explore these different image models and video models here, everything from VO to the new Nano Banana, also image gen. And then you have build, and this is what we're going to be focused on here. So build apps with Gemini. They give you a lot of different examples and templates here. I'm going to go to my apps, which shows the app I actually built yesterday. You see September 5th. I'm going to click on it, and this is what I built. It's an AI professional headshot generator. I'm not sure if it shows the original prompt, but the original prompt I put in was basically help me create an AI image generator to where an AI headshot, that was actually AI image editor to where I could upload 3 to 5 images of myself or of someone, and then it will create a headshot from a prompt that I put in. And this is already connected to the Gemini API. So it's I didn't have to worry about getting the API key from here in this case. We'll get that a little bit later in this process. But I was able to immediately just get the output that I wanted because the API was already connected and it was just a matter of putting in that one prompt. So I did that, and this was the result that it came with here. It showed the code on the side. So I've deployed this now, but what was happening is at the time it was showing the code here on the left side with this coding assistant, and it's something that I could continue actually to make changes with. And so this is actually a really great development environment to prompt in. But this is what was created: professional headshot generator. And then once I had this, and I will test it out for you to see what that looks like. So I'm going to use 3 images from Agent Adzo just to kind of demonstrate. So I'm going to click to upload. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So you upload 3 to 5 images, and then let's say I'm going for an outdoors headshot look. So you upload the 3 images, and you literally just click generate my headshot. It'll start processing it. It'll show the process of processing it, and then it'll pretty quickly give you back the headshot. And look how realistic this is. Look how great this looks. And they're all pretty much really good images. You can download it, and it'll be a PNG image. And you can put in, so if I were to start over, you could put in different prompts here, right? But they give you 4 kind of pre-loaded templates that you can use for this. So this is the app itself, and it was super quick. Once I had that done, what you can do from there is now connected to GitHub. So what I did is I saved it to GitHub. I look at GitHub kind of like Google Drive, but for your code files. So it's a way of being able to save your code and the projects that you work on. So I created a GitHub repository for this AI headshot generator. And once I did that, I can now take it anywhere I want. So at that point, it's now not just limited to the Gemini workspace, but I can now take it elsewhere. And so what I then did from there, after having this repository, I went to the platform Vercel. Now, Vercel is a where I host websites and web apps. And what I did is I imported the GitHub, the repository, the Git repository. And so I was able to just import that, and it created a project within Vercel to where now I was actually able to host this live. This is how I was able to now turn it into an actual production app. And so it gave me a URL, and with that URL, I could actually view it live on the web. But I wasn't done at that time. I wanted to personalize it a little bit more and make it very a unique app. And so what I did is, I then opened up Cursor, and Cursor is the workspace that I'm typically using. You can run products locally. You can connect it to the browser and can continue from there. And so I then went into GitHub. I copied the URL for the project, went into Cursor, and then prompted for Cursor. I literally said, clone this GitHub repository and run it on localhost. And so then I was able to then run it on the browser locally. And from there, I could make updates. So I made it powered by Pentridge Media, which is my company, and then made some minor adjustments to the interface. And I also made it so that when I share it, it shares in a way that I like the aesthetic of it. And those were all the changes I made. And I was able to then say, push these changes to GitHub. It updated the GitHub repository here. And because I'd connected it to Vercel, where I'm hosting it, and GitHub are connected. And so when it updated in GitHub, it automatically updated in Vercel as well. And so at this point, I now had an app that's ready to be shared out with anyone. And before doing so, I said, let me add a domain. And so I decided to create a subdomain, headshot.pentridgemedia.com. And to do that, within the project, you can go to settings, domains, and then you can add domain. And when you click add domain, you're provided with the information that you need to take to your domain host, which my domain is hosted on squarespace.com. And you add a new item to the DNS records, and I added headshot for headshot.pentridgemedia.com. And so that was the final step to then deploying this web app. And so that's how I was able to build this headshot AI professional headshot generator in literally just 20 minutes. And it's high quality because of the model that it's using, the Nano Banana model. It's something that's has a real utility to it because people need headshots all the time. And so we'll see. I may continue forward with this and actually turn it into something that I offer to others. But I was able to then send this to my friend and business partner, who was then actually able to create his headshot, and he actually liked the quality of it. So this is something to definitely try. Again, there's an opportunity right now with Nano Banana, given the quality of the generator. And I must also say that Google's suite is steadily improving. Google's, or a lot of times, what they offer so much, but it's often a little bit disjointed and not aligned with each other, the different features that it has. But the user experience is getting better very, very quickly. And so it's going to be really interesting to see where Google and Gemini goes from here. But they're really setting it up for people building in the space to take the infrastructure and run with it. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.